Yo, what is up, guys? XRP is at $1.44 right now on CoinMarketCap. This content is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Nothing in this video is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold XRP or any other asset. Cryptocurrency involves substantial risk and you could lose some or all of your investment. Always do your own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions. First tweet comes from Watcher Guru, Justin. UK to formally order Bank of England to advance stablecoin and digital money innovation. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie, mass institutional adoption coming in 2026-27. Remember when David Short said back in 25 that we are on the cusp of mass institutional adoption? This wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two. Let's watch this video.
I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave, but I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. That doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like, we all want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill, and so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that.
Hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you believe XRP will reach $3 again this year. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie, XRP Bank of England. Our next tweet comes from Bloomberg Business. Ripple's prime brokerage unit launched the so-called Delta One business in its first push into the equities market, expanding its offerings for institutional clients, trading across traditional and digital markets. Our next tweet comes from Smoke DQG. This is the inevitable digital future of banking. Transactions will be made safer and faster by blockchain technology. In the future, cash is no longer king. Cryptocurrencies may rival cash by the end of the decade. Watch closely. Let's watch this video.
It goes so fast. Within the last 10 years, technology's changed the way we bank, mostly connected to our phones. But by 2030, the everyday banking experience could be entirely virtual. By then, more than 2 billion people will have digital bank accounts on digital platforms. And just 20% of so-called heritage financial services firms will have survived. Some banks will be completely virtual, facilitated by open banking, fueled by data stored and shared on the cloud, and made faster and safer by blockchain technology. If you want, you'll be able to get the equivalent of a private banking service, as data aggregators cross-reference your spending habits with other parts of your online life, from your travel plans to your social media interactions, creating a unique profile for your bank to provide you with bespoke services. Look forward to an AI-powered virtual banking assistant, handling payments, investments, and instant transfers at the command of your voice. As banks begin to get more personal, so will the ways we pay. In the future, cash is no longer king. Instead, paying with your phone or wearable will be the status quo, rendering physical cards unnecessary. 60% of financial organizations are expected to make wearables a common payment method. Physical shops will still exist, but the way you pay will change, with money changing hands virtually, in real time. Cryptocurrencies may rival cash, with an estimated 200 million blockchain wallet users by the end of this decade. And many currencies could digitize and even decentralize, simplifying travel and trade. But none of this will happen if security isn't every bank's #1 priority. Protection against cybercrimes and fraud will be powered by predictive analytics and artificial intelligence. Home to 350 specialists manning state-of-the-art cyber defense tech, Santander's new Global Cybersecurity Center shields customers 24/7. PINs and passwords will be a thing of the past. There'll be much tighter security thanks to instant biometric verification. Santander's rolling out biometric recognition for millions of customers, including voice recognition in Europe and Latin America and fingerprinting at ATMs in Brazil. The pace of technological advancement means making precise predictions for what we can really expect for the future of banking rather difficult. But it's certain the service will be personalised, practical, platform-based and predominantly online, as well as seamless, speedy, slick and super safe.
A major banking report released this week just quietly confirmed three core arguments XRP holders have made for years. It concludes that blockchain will make transactions safer and faster, cash will lose its dominance, and crypto could rival traditional currency by 2030. This isn't speculative community hope, it's mainstream institutional analysis finally catching up to the thesis. Our next tweet comes from Paul Barron. What this means, Evernorth is building an actively managed institutional-grade XRP treasury to accelerate on-chain finance and scale the XRP ecosystem in public markets. Nice move. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Breaking, Republican Tom Emmer says, "We've got things that are incredibly like the Clarity Act. It's gotta get done. You had almost 100 Democrats vote for it out of the House a year ago, and it still languishes over in the Senate. Let's watch this video."
We've got things that are incredibly important, like the Clarity Act. It's got to get done. You had almost 100 Democrats vote for it out of the House a year ago, and it still languishes over in the Senate with all kinds of other great stuff. The Save America Act is still the top priority that has to get done in the Senate. And I would argue that the House has done its work, Cheryl. We have passed all of this stuff already. And yes, we've got some things that we're going to address. Reconciliation 3.0 we've sent over there. That sits there as well. So when you say work is going to start, the House has been working this entire Congress. The House has been producing with Donald J. Trump this entire Congress. It is the Senate that has been sitting on their hands, and they're going to have to get this stuff done very quickly. The number one thing we will probably get done next week is the continuing resolution.
Yeah. Congressman Tom Emmer put the spotlight directly on the political gridlock stalling critical crypto legislation. He pointed out that nearly 100 House Democrats crossed the aisle to pass the Clarity Act a full year ago, yet it remains stalled in the Senate. Emmer's takeaway was straightforward. With that kind of bipartisan momentum, the Senate has zero excuses left for sitting on it. Our next tweet comes from Bank XRP. Evernorth S4 declared effective clearing path for Nasdaq XRPN listing after September 30th vote. Our next tweet comes from Crypto Barbie. Bullish news, Patrick McHenry asserts that the Crypto Clarity Act Senate vote can pass on September 15th. September 15th will be a good vote for crypto. Let's watch this video.
When people are starting to murmur and complain, as they are right now, it tells me that September 15th will be a good vote for crypto.
You have argued that the Clarity Act is the most important technology law since the Telecoms Act. Does this thing actually get passed before midterms?
Well, we'll see September 15th. All signs lead to senators being uncomfortable and going in a bunch of different directions this August. That tells me, as a longtime hand here in Washington, that it will be a good vote September 15th. When everybody's agreeing well ahead of a vote, it is bad news. And when people are starting to murmur and complain, as they are right now, it tells me that September 15th will be a good vote for crypto. But leading into the midterms, the open question here is if they can't get it done September 15th, I think they will, what happens then? And the midterms were going to be a very big indicator of the power of the crypto voter and the activism from Fairshake on making sure that those messages are heard.
I'm glad you brought in the crypto voter. Do you think the crypto voter is actually powerful, or do you think what's powerful is the crypto lobby?
I think it's the crypto voter enables the crypto lobby to actually get things done. The fact is the banks have been well arrayed here in Washington for a very long time, for generations. Crypto's only been around here in Washington for less than 5 years. And so they're trying to make headway. But what they're trying to convey to policymakers is that their voters at home care very much about these innovation policies and will punish those that stand in the way of it. This midterms, that may be important. But going into the next presidential election, you see a Democratic Party wanting to be pro-technology just as well as the Republicans do. And I think that will have a lot of sway, not just in the midterms, but in the next presidential.
Real quick, if this helped, press the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to people who want the truth, not hype. And press the subscribe button if you're done being sold the moon. I've already got your next one right here. Go.